Now, what we need to work on, uh, this is the Bayesian network analysis that I posted the lecture previously. So I will start from this slide. The previous ones are just the general knowledge about how the Bayesian network is modeled and things like that. Now, this is the Bayesian network model where A is going into the B and the B is going to the C and the D. Now, in this network, the A is what we called as the parent of the B because A is giving information to the B. Now, the B is giving information to C and D, so the B is what we call as the parent of C and D. Whereas C is called the child of B and the D is called as the child of B. Now I will come to this in the next slide. What is the directed acyclic graph? Now when you have this Bayesian network developed, we need to know what are the probabilities. A, as you can see, this is the parent of the A. Is it clear now? Huda, you said would you speak louder? Okay. So A is what we called as the parent of B. So A will have the probabilities, which is called as the marginal probability. So there could be two states of the A. It could be false or the true. If I have the A as the false, 0.6 probability of the false, so the probability of the true will be 0.4. Now let's come to the B here. Now the B has the parent A here. So B will have one probability which is related to the A, the second probability of the B itself. Now if you look here, we have two states. A could be false and true, B could be false and true. Now this table, the second one, this table is showing us those values. So if A is false and the B is false, this is my probability value, 0.01. Now if A is false, B is true, this is my probability 0.99, which is the subtracting 1 from 0.01, of course, because that is the second state of the B. Now the third possibility is A is true and the B is false. I get 0.7 here. Now another possibility could be both of them could be true and my probability is 0.3. Okay. Similarly for the D, you have the conditional probability table where it will have two probabilities. One is for the B and other is for the D. Similarly for the C, I have two probabilities. One is for the B, other is for the C. Now this thing is what we called as the conditional probability tables in Bayesian network analysis. In short, we write it as the CPT. Now let's come back to what is acyclic or cyclic. If you have this element, A is going into the B, B is coming to the C and the D, and C is going into the D. And there is another situation where we have A is going to the B, B is going to the C, C is going to D, and the D is coming back to the B. If you see here, this is called as the cyclic. There is a cycle here. That information is going from B to C, C to D, then come back to B. Whereas in this other situation, B is going to the C, B is also going into the D, and C is going to the D. There is no cycling here. That's what we call as the acyclic network. Whereas for the cyclic network, there is a cycle here. Just keep in mind the Bayesian network only applies when there is acyclic network. Bayesian network cannot be applied for the cyclic network. And because there are direction associated with the movement of information, that's what we called as the directed graph, directed acyclic graph. Okay. Is there any question so far? Okay. Now let's take an example of the Bayesian network. Now you just need to understand this example. I'm saying that the failure of electricity and the failure of the computer malfunction is causing the computer failure, and we need to develop the Bayesian network for this system. And we know that the given information is electricity failure is 0.1, which is I'm assigning it E here, this one, and the computer malfunctioning is 0.2, which is here. And we need to find out the probability of the computer when it works, right? Now this is I'm giving it a name of the variable C, where I say it as a yes. So this is the Bayesian analysis. What we will do, we will consider the possibilities of failure of this component and success, and the failure and success of this component. But because we are concerned with only finding the success of our computer works, then we will only consider the success of this possibility. And that's what this is written here. So we have the C, which is the computer failure. We want to know either it works. We are not interested as per the problem, either it fails or not. And then we have two possibilities of each, E and M. Okay, E is your electricity failure and M is your computer malfunction. Now, once you want to open this, what we will do, we will only consider the possibilities where C is yes, and then we will make its combination with either success or failure of E or the success or failure of M, which is the computer malfunctioning, and this will generate your this network here. So what is the first one here? We have the C is yes, whereas the computer works, whereas E, which is electricity failure, does not work, whereas the computer malfunctioning works. And then we multiply it with the E is equal to 0 or the not working, and M is equal to yes, whereas there is a malfunction with the computer. Now, depending upon all these possibilities, we set up all this model for the Bayesian network analysis. Now, the mathematical steps are, once you are done with the applying your Bayesian network on this model, the second important thing is you need to work on how we find out the given probabilities. Now, some things you need to note down. If there is no problem with electricity, but the computer has malfunction, the probability of computer failure will be 0.5, of course. So this probability value will be 0.5. This probability value you are given with the electricity failure as 0.1 times the probability of M, which is yes, which is 0.2. Now, in terms of the second one, where you have this thing. So this is defined as if the electricity is shut down, the computer will not start, and regardless of the potential malfunction. So this probability will turns out to be 1. Again, if you have these probabilities given, you can find out the probability of the failure or success for rest of them. In the third one, where we have computer works, yes, and it says that electricity is the failure and the computer is the malfunction. Now again, in this case, this probability value will be 0, because computer is not going to work if electricity failure and computer malfunction both are not working, or they are failed state. Now in the last one, where it says that computer works, whereas the E, which is your electricity failure, it also happens, and the computer malfunction also happens. In that case, computer will definitely works. So probability of this thing will be equal to 1. Now that's what is used in the next slide. Okay. Once you solve this algorithm, the value you find out will be, of course, the probability value, which is 0.19. Now this probability value is basically what we call as the prior probability. I'm going to stop it here, and if you have any questions, please ask me. How did I get the value of the... Okay, so question is, how did we get the value of 0.5? Now, as I said, if there is no problem with the electricity, let's go back to your previous slide so it will be more clear. If there is no problem with the electricity, but there is a computer malfunction, the probability of starting the computer is always half. Either it can start or it will not start. That's how I get the value of 0.5 here. That's how I get the value of 0.5. Okay, can you summarize in little detail? What do you mean by that? Where E is no, M is yes. Yeah, that's what I said. So by E is equal to no, that means there is no problem with electricity, but the computer has the malfunction. In that case, the probability of the computer failure will be half, which is 0.5, of course. Yes, is there any more question? Okay. Some student cannot read the class with the link. Uh, I think they should log into their system, and it should be showing up because I open it to everyone, not for specific or the class even. Okay. So the PC, we are interested. Okay, Alibek has a question. Either the PC is working or failing. We are interested to find out what is the probability that the computer works. So the probability that we are calculating is for the computer works, not for the failure. Okay, we have a question. Should we assume the malfunction is always due to electricity? It could be malfunction due to something else. Now, that something else, we will not consider it here, because if you look at your network, we just have two possibilities for the computer failure. It will be the failure of the electricity, and it's the computer malfunction. So there is no third possibility that we will consider here. No, the network basically, that is for the computer failure. But if I want to find out the computer works, it should not have any problem. The only thing is consider that I find out the C is equal to yes here. But yes, if I want to find out if there is a failure of the computer, then I will consider C is equal to no here. Okay, so we have a request to just revise it because Sunday joined us a little bit late. So basically what we are doing here, we have a network, Bayesian network, which is the failure of electricity and the computer malfunction, and they are affecting the computer failure. We are interested to find out what is the probability that your computer works. So this is the Bayesian network. What says basically, we are interested to find out how the computer works and all the other possibilities for the rest of two variables. By that I mean to say success and the failure of this, success and failure of this. And that's what combining different possibilities, we have this network developed, and then we plug in our values here. Is there any more questions so far? No? Okay. Now, as I said, this is our probability. One of the advantage of the Bayesian network is as soon as the new information becomes available, we can incorporate that information into our model and find the new values of probabilities. By that I mean to say, I just give you one example, that if we observe that C is equal to 0, that means to say, if I'm sure that C is equal to 0, there is a probability of 1. So if we know that we try to start the computer but it did not start, so we are sure that there is a failure probability element of 1. So we just input that one value of C is equal to no here, and we can solve our network to find out the updated value. That's what we call as the posterior failure probability of the event. Now this thing is a little bit difficult to perform by hand. If I give you some network with, let's say, 10 inputs are going into your one input of computer failure, so it will be a very tedious job to develop the Bayesian network for this problem. What is the alternate way? The alternate way is the software, and this is the list of those software that we can use. This Gina Risk is installed in your EN 3000, I believe. Ujjain is also installed there, if I remember correctly. Now, Gina is what is the free software on which we will work today. So I gave you some installation guidelines how to install that. I am assuming you have installed that to your computer. Is there anyone who has any problem installing the Genie software? Okay, so we have a question here. Ali Bek is asking if C is equal to yes, E is equal to yes, and M is equal to yes, is equal to 1. So the electricity fail and there is a malfunction, then the probability is 1. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Folks, is there anyone who has a problem installing the Genie in their computer? Okay, so let's start this here. Now, this is how do you start with this one? Just like we were doing before, there are two things. One is the chance, and the other one is the arc. So if you go on the yellow link, that's what shows you the chance. You left click it and then left click again within the domain here. So it will give you the one node. How do we update the system here? So we know that we need it for the failure of the electricity. So just type in here failure of electricity. So this is my first variable. For the second one again, I click on the chance node and leave it here. The second one I need it for the computer malfunctioning. The third is I need to know is the computer failure. That's what my model is basically. Now the next step is we need to connect these nodes. So if you go here, that's the arc basically which is connecting it. So you just left click your arc, and based on your model, you started from failure of electricity to computer failure, and just leave it when it goes to the computer failure. The same process for the computer malfunctioning or second component. I left click it here, I bring it to the computer malfunctioning. I'm pressing the left key of my mouse and drag it to the computer failure and just leave it. So it will develop this network. Now, if you have these arrows in the light gray form, this indicates that you have not defined your conditional probability tables. Okay. Now let's come to assigning the conditional probability tables. How we do that in the Genie? You just double click here and it will open your window with the node properties. As you can see, we give it a name of the failure of electricity. Okay, Sandy is saying I don't get the Genie software. It is not on my D2L. Genie software is not on the D2L. I gave you the link to install it in your slides. Now we go to the definition here. Now, as we know that there were two states of the electricity. The first was one yes. You just left click here and press your yes. And the state second state is the no. Now these are the numerical values for your conditional probabilities. So we know that for the failure of electricity, this yes state is 0.1, and the second one you can type it. It should be of course 0.9, and so this is the 0.9. I type it here. Now another way to find out this one, sometimes you will see that you have more than two states. In that case, what you can do, just bring it here and you press your complement function and it will automatically calculate the rest of the probabilities, because we only have two possibilities here, 0.1 and the rest will be 0.9. But sometimes you will see you have more than two states or maybe 4 or 5 states. So in that case, this function can help you. Once you have done this, just press OK and go to the next one. Now in terms of the computer malfunctioning, what was my states here? My state will be yes and no. I know that for this I have the probability value of 0.2 and I want to calculate the rest of them, which is 0.8 of course. And then you hit OK. Now I have assigned the condition probability tables for failure of electricity. I have assigned the condition probabilities for the computer malfunctioning. Now the next step is I need to assign the probabilities for my next variable, which is the computer failure. So I just double click it here and open to the definition. Again, I need to have the two possibilities here, which is yes. Second possibility is the no. The yes state, I know that. Now here you need to understand a little bit what is here, because I know that this computer failure, it is dependent upon two variables, which is the failure of electricity and the computer malfunctioning. That's why you will see that you have two variables which are affecting the values of your computer failures. Now how do you read this CPT here? So it says that failure of electricity, it is yes and no. In the failure of electricity, yes, there are two possibilities. The computer malfunctioning could be there, computer malfunction could not be there, yes or no. And then you assign your values for your variable, which is the computer failure. The same here, if there is no failure of electricity and there is a computer malfunctioning, there is no computer malfunctioning. Again, you assign the values of your computer failure. Okay, now these things we can also change them. I can make it, sometime you will see that the information is not given to you completely. So I can just flip them over and take it back. Just left click on your mouse and you can change your values here. Now let's input the values here. It is saying that the failure of electricity, yes, there is a failure of electricity and the computer malfunction. And we just discussed that the probability of computer failure will be 1 here. If it is the 1, the rest of them should be 0, of course. Now, the second one, the failure of electricity is yes, and there is no computer malfunctioning. In that case, computer can fail, of course. So I will give it a value of 1 here. And the next will be 0. Now the second one, in terms of the no failure of electricity and there is a computer malfunction, I know that there are 50-50 chances. So it will be 0.5 here and the next will also be 0.5. Now in case there is no electricity failure and there is no computer malfunction, I know that there will be 100% computer failure and no computer failure. So I assign it value of the 1 and this will be of course 0 here. And then you hit OK. Now one thing you will notice that once I press the OK, there will be change in the arc color. They are turning from light gray to the blue color here. Sometimes you will see it's a black color. It's the same thing. So indicate having the change in the arc color denotes that all the computational conditional probability tables are assigned to it. Now the next step is how do we run the simulation? Once you have assigned all the CPT, the next step is you need to run the simulation here. So you go to here on this yellow sign and you will see it is update value. You just left click this and it will automatically calculate everything here. Now you need to notice something before I press that button. You see here there are the question marks here. By question marks here, this means this algorithm has not been solved. Now once I run the simulation, they have been converted into the tick mark. So this indicates that your simulation has been successful. Now if I want to find out the probabilities values, you just go here and it will show you your probabilities values. It is saying that computer failure probability is 0.19 and no failure probability is 0.81. You can also double click this and go to the values and this will be your result outcome here. Okay, if you have any question, please let me know. Folks, is there any question so far? Okay, we have a question here. Is the malfunction happens, there is a chance that computer can still work? No. If there is a malfunction in the computer, it will of course not work. Is there any more question? Now, I will come to that point. Can you give an example of the 3 elements contributing to the failure? How to write the CPT? I will come to that point later on for sure. Yeah. Is there any more question so far? How I set up this Bayesian network and perform the analysis? No. Okay. Now, basically, when you are performing this Bayesian analysis like this, One thing we are more interested is to find out the bar charts in the Genie. So what you need to do, I just press my left key on the mouse pad and drag it down. I selected all the components and right click on any of them. Then you go into the view as and this bar chart. So that's where it shows you the same values as was calculating before, but it is in terms of the bar chart. It is more easier to analyze as compared to having your icons. Okay. Now, if you remember, uh, we were setting up the computer failure as an evidence and trying to find out what will be the probabilities. Now, here it is very easy. What you need to do, you just need to say that, okay, there is a computer failure. For example, I will just double click the yes value here. You see all of the values are gone and it has assigned the 100% probability for the computer failure. Now I want to find out what are the probabilities associated with the failure of the electricity and the computer malfunctioning. And you just need to update your simulation again. Here you can see we have the question mark here. So I go there and I update my probabilities values. So it will change the values of your probabilities as per your evidence setup here. Or I can also do that, what is the computer failure probabilities? I can set up this no, and I can update my probabilities values here. So this is very easy. As soon as you have the new information available, you just need to update your Bayesian network and find out the values. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So it is asking, so this way we find the PEC or and PMOC. That yes, that's right. Okay. Is there any more questions so far? Now, if you want to come out of the evidence setup, you just need to right click here and you need to clear the evidence and then run the simulation again. Now, this was very simple network with the two inputs. Let's take one more input here. Can we set the value of yes in the computer failure manually? Yes, you can do that, but if you have a system already simulation running, so you just need to set it as the evidence. You can surely set up the value of yes in the computer failure manually. Yes. Is there any more question? Now, this was a very simple network, as I said. Let's introduce the third one here. I can say it. You can also remove the evidence by double clicking on the evidence again. Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay, let's take a very third component. I would say weather has some impact on the computer failure. I'm just taking an example to elaborate how we work on the CPTs basically. So what I do, I double click here, I define it, let's say its state is yes, and I give it a value of 0.2, and for the no state, just an example I'm choosing here, you don't need to worry about what is this coming from. Okay, so let's put an arc here. As you can see, it has cleared all the computer failure probabilities because now the system knows that in the computer failure we have a third component introduced. So this means we need to run the simulation again. I will take one more here. So let's take example of the COVID-19, how it is affecting our computer failure. Okay. Right. So let's say we do have a COVID-19 and we don't have COVID-19. Let's take the probability of 1. We hope it eliminates soon. And there is 0 for the yes. And I hit OK. Okay, we have a question here. Why third column in the computer fail? The yes and no is both 0.5. If the malfunction happened, the computer yes is half. Y is 0.5. This I explained you earlier. If there is no problem with the electricity, but the computer has a malfunction, then the probability of the computer failure could be half actually. It could be either work or it could not work. So now again I took an arc and input this COVID-19 into the computer failure. Now, before we run this simulation, as you can see that our arc color is still it's in the light gray. The simulation can still run it, but of course, as I said in the last lecture, software does not know which inputs are right or wrong. If you will give it a wrong inputs, it will still process and give you some output. So you are the one who need to make sure your inputs are correct. What are these indicators here? That the light arc is showing that there is some missing CPT. We know that we just input the CPTs for weather and the COVID-19. Now we need to input for the computer failure. If you double click here and go to define, now you can see that we have a very big CPT developed here. Yeah. So again, you need to look on your problem and you need to understand how you're going to assign the probabilities to these values here. Yes, this is the conditional probability table for your computer failure. As I said, because now the computer failure, let me try to adjust the screen here. Now, as I said, the computer failure is dependent upon failure of the electricity, weather, COVID-19, and the computer malfunction. So all these four variable you will see on the top of these values. So failure of the electricity says yes. Under this, there could be two possibilities for the computer malfunctioning, yes or no. It could be weather, yes or no. And under the weather, it could be COVID-19, yes or no. So we need to input some reasonable values or based on the given problem into this. Until unless you don't define your values, your arc color is not going to change. So it should be based on some logical. Is it clear? Any question? Folks, is there any question you have up to so far? Yes, when you have the more variables, it is hard to define CPTs. I do agree with this. But again, as I said, it depends on your problem. You need to understand your problem first, especially for the research students. These CPT values, basically, they comes from the industry or the literature survey. But for the research student, you will have your own CPTs developed because your model will be unique as compared to the rest of them. So you need to come up with the values of the CPTs based on the problem. So we need to fill the CPT for computer failure according to different circumstances. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Folks, is there any more question? Okay. So what I would suggest you just try to take some examples. I share you. I share this study materials with you. Even you can read this. Just these are some of the research papers written by me and Dr. Khan on the Bayesian network analysis. You can read them to understand more about how the Bayesian networks are developed. Okay, when we entered 01 to the COVID-19, does it eliminate node completely? No, it does not eliminate node completely, but what it does, basically, it shows that either it is present or not. No, it does not eliminate the node completely, just the state of that variable. We usually put something like 0.1 or 0.2 in the other node. That's right, yeah. But if you put input 0 on the node, it does not eliminate that node. But one thing you need to make sure, you need to connect this COVID-19 with the computer failure. Just like if you see here, I select the arc and I delete it. Now, if I open the computer failure, you will see that COVID-19 is gone from here. Why? Because your software, Genie, does not identify if you have connected your COVID-19 with the computer failure or not. Now, Quiving is asking different people may have different CPTs to the same problem. Yes, if it is not defined into your problem, your CPT is not defined in the problem, then everyone will have a different CPT's values. Yes. And so as your final calculations. Okay, folks, is there any more question? So what I would suggest you, just read these two papers. Could you provide some example or exercise with the solution so that we can play? Yes. If you go, I gave you in this one. If you go on this link, it will give you some examples on which you can work for the Bayesian network. You can also set up these models into Genie and see how it works for you. Okay, folks, any more questions so far? No? Okay, so this is the end of your Bayesian network lecture.